And with that, we should be live. How you guys doing today? Not gonna lie, I'm not feeling great. But we're here. And I'm trying to do better for myself, so we're gonna keep going. I'm looking at a couple features here to see if I can mess with the lighting on my face. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys have been having a good week. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a Spyro speedrun derusting. A little bit impromptu, but I decided the other day after getting my retro tank in that I really wanted to get back into Spyro 2 and at least get down to a 2-hour run, especially after that test on Sunday where I was running and it took like an hour and a half and I still fucked up. So, or over an hour and a half rather. So I decided we're gonna do some practice. I've been practicing a little bit yesterday. I'm gonna practice some today. I might practice a little bit tomorrow evening, and then we'll have to see what happens beyond that. I don't know exactly how it's gonna fit into my schedule because you know everything that's been going on. Luke and I are gonna be playing games on Friday nights probably, which means the DMC gets pushed to Sundays. And then from there, we'll just have to see what happens. I don't really have like a set schedule for anything right now. Stream Elements bot's running. I'm gonna get into my creator dashboard. Or not my creator dashboard, I'm gonna get into my management stuff just so I have it open because I'm not entirely sure if a bot is, or if one of my mods is going to be here. And by one of my mods, I mean I have two of them. One of them I know is at work and the other one may be at work, I don't know. Or at school, rather, I guess. But let me grab a link real quick for the stream. Copy video URL. Let me type this out. I should have done this before stream, but I was a little bit rushed getting done. I worked from home today, and then I got done like 11, or not 11, I got done at like 4:30. And then immediately ran to go take a shower, grab food, set up everything, and come back. So, a little bit out of it right now, but we're doing all good. I don't think that I actually have my filter on my microphone yet. I do not. Now I do. So I got probably about, I don't know, we'll call it about 2.5 hours here. I want to be done by like 8:15, 8:30. That way I have a little bit of time for myself in the evening because I still got to go to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I work pretty far from my house and I got to get up early in the morning. I try to be there by 8 o'clock and done by 4 o'clock. So, you know how it goes. But I'll be around for a little while and we'll be doing a little bit of practice and maybe a run, maybe. Like I said, if I only have 2.5 hours and I know I'm not going to be able to make it in 2.5 hours, I'm probably not going to push myself on it. Free. But we're here to chill, just as much as we're here to practice speedrun stuff. And so with that, let's just get into it, honestly. I don't have a whole lot to say today. I got all sorts of stuff I could say, I'm sure, but nothing really pertinent at the moment. So, controller's hooked up, monitor's working right. I've been looking around at everything just to make sure it's all good, and let me see how we're doing. Yeah, Spyro looks like it's good. Go ahead and transition over there. Hell yeah. That sounds like Spyro music. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this link in a couple of chats. Let me just copy this around a little bit. Oh, you know what? I did just join a server the other day that I mod for now, so I should at least once. I don't like promoting myself, for the record. It's time consuming and honestly kind of just nothing a lot of the time. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna go ahead and toss some self-promo shit in there, wherever the promo bit is, because I don't know where it is. There it is. Drop it in a couple more chats. I hate doing this shit on stream, man. Yo, Spyro. Alex, what's up? Hey, Alex, I heard you had some fun in Cake stream this week. Don't think I'll be staying for a long while. Sadly, got school tomorrow. It's all good, Mike. I know you got school. I know it's late for you. You take it easy and have a good night. I know it's, what, 11 o'clock for you? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock? Something like that. Yeah, take it easy. Yo, pro tip, go fast. You right. You right. That is the pro tip. Professional tipperoonie. That's what it's short for. Alright. Let me dump this in a couple more chats, and I'm not actually running the game today. I'm just practicing stuff. Because I don't have the capacity for this. Oh, I didn't swap out the, Yep, it's midnight there. There you go. Where did... I should really look around in the YouTube thing some more. That's all this is telling me. Let me fix something. Well, I can't fix the thumbnail right now. That's fine, I guess. Unless I can. No, I'll fix it later. That's fine. Most assuredly don't know what you're talking about. Oh, no, of course not. My bad. I must have gotten you confused with the other Alex. Who's the other Alex in Cake's chat? I know there's another one. But yeah, the gentleman Alex of Ohio over on Twitch, who may or may not be the same Alex that is in this chat, decided that he was going to make, or he was going to save up 1 million channel points on stream. Lurk. No lurk command right now. You are lurking, though. I appreciate you. Stream's still very bare bones. At some point, I'll get around to actually setting up everything. I just haven't had the energy. My brother's called Alex, too. Okay, it must have been Mike's brother, then. But somebody spent 1 million channel points in Cake Jumper's stream over on Twitch, and Alex Burb is a regular there, you are correct. And Let Loose Dave, Destroyer of Worlds, which, gotta say, I don't think anybody was expecting that for at least a few months. Except for the mods, apparently. I don't even need to practice this, but you know what? I should practice this, because I need to practice the stones. The Davening was beautiful. It really was. It was a wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. When everything's on fire. 1 million. 1 million channel points. So I'm just going to start doing stuff. If you guys got questions about literally anything I'm doing in this run and why I do it this way, let me know. Because I will explain some stuff on my own, but most of the time I just sort of go. But yeah, 1 million channel points between predictions and just hanging around in the stream for literally years. At this point, it has been just probably about 2 years since Cake started streaming. I think she started streaming in like March 2019 or 2020. Hey, Walker Pierce, you're good, man. This was a completely impromptu stream. You don't gotta be late. You're good. You're out getting groceries. Yeah, don't sweat it, man. I got it. I can take care of stuff if I got it. Alex of Ohio is me. No, I know. I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing with you. Except on the rare occasions that I'm on the other Google account. Ah, I understand. No, I'm just messing with you. I know it's you, man. I'm not a member of the mod team, but, like, I do keep track of a lot of shit as far as Cake Jumper goes, because, like, well, I mean, I found Cake Jumper because I was playing Spyro and speedrun. Well, I was speedrunning Spyro and looking for other Spyro speedrunners. And I found Cake, who obviously wasn't speedrunning the game, but she was playing it casually and just seemed like she was having a good time, so I stuck around. She was barely getting, like, 20, 30. I think that might have been, like, that first stream when I saw her, that might have been, like, she was getting, like, maybe 10-ish followers. Or 10, not followers, 10-ish consecutive, or concurrent viewers. It was a very, very small stream. She was still in the front room, she still didn't really have good lighting, so she was kind of in the dark and just letting the TV light things up. Just wanted to make sure, yeah, I didn't totally confuse you with my sarcasm earlier. Don't sweat it, man. Don't sweat it, you're good. This is a sarcasm safe place. I am very used to sarcasm. So, I don't know why I'm practicing artisans. This is a terrible thing to practice for me, because I literally have to do this at the beginning of every run. So if I fuck up, that's already practice. But yeah, there's a lot of like little tech here, I suppose, that goes into everything. This game is playing Spyro 120%. Spyro 120%. Spyro the Dragon 1 120%. Original, obviously, the remaster is very different. Reignited is a very different game. I really should just wait there and stop doing that. But the Spyro 1 120% is a very... Well, it's not a long category. It's a fairly long category, but it's not like one of those super long categories like you would see with like a JRPG or something. Instead, this category focuses heavily on a lot of movement, and not so much on a ton of glitches, although occasionally we do wonky stuff like this. I have a friend from Spain who's currently studying in Ohio. Huh, there you go. Ohio's not a terrible place. Have I been to Ohio, actually? No, I think I'm getting it confused with somewhere else. Maybe Kentucky. Long story short, a lot of the U.S. around that area tends to look kind of samey, although Kentucky's definitely a bit further south. So you want to avoid pivots. Whenever you're doing movement in this game, you want to avoid doing pivots. This thing right here, that you like do that really like long turnaround animation, don't want that. Much faster to just jump and then turn and then charge. Also, you basically always want to be charging. So like doing this, terrible. Bad movement. And considering how much movement is in this category and how it's basically just you're playing the game fast, like there are glitches in this category, but they're not super prevalent. Most of them are physics abuses that you use in tandem with good movement. And so like good movement in this category is super important. All I know about Ohio is Spuds, Slipknot, and Napoleon Dynamite. That's pretty much all you need to know about Ohio, honestly. Charging is absolutely way faster. It's the fastest, like, easily available form of movement in the game. There's plenty of other strats you can do for things, but long story short, if you can get to charging speed, you're probably good. I found Cake after RT raided her following him beating Permadeath, Breath of the Wild. Ah, I see. Yeah, I found Cake not everybody, but a lot of the people who come into Cake Jumper's stream, they'll be like, how'd you meet Cake Jumper? And it's like, well, I followed him from RT's stream. And sure, that makes a lot of sense. RT's another massive streamer, and he's an Irish streamer, and so they're going to support each other. That's just how it goes. But what I find really funny is that, like, I'm one of the people who comes into the chat, and I'm like, yeah, I met Cake completely randomly because I looked up Spyro. Yeah, she had, like, 30 consistent viewers. Yeah, it was very... I wasn't there for that raid. I wasn't there for the RT raid. But I do remember seeing her follower, or her consecutive viewer, or concurrent viewer count jump. I keep saying consecutive, that is not the right word there. That would mean 30 people came in one after the other throughout the whole course of the stream, which is not even useful information to have when it comes to stream analytics. Like, sure, you want the total number of people who came in, but, like, you don't want it that bad. You want concurrent viewers, because that's how you determine when you want to do, like, ads or other stuff. Yeah, I honestly found RT from Cake. Right, the Irish stick together. I found Cake through Rowlet. See, it's funny, because Cake inspired a lot of people to stream, including Rowlet, and myself, partially. I was already, like, streaming well beforehand. Also, I realized my bitrate's all over the place right now, and I don't know what's happening. Whatever. We'll just have to deal with it. I'm not putting up with this shit tonight. I've got 2 hours to do things. So we'll do one run of Artisans, and then jump to, like, end game so I can practice some of that stuff, because that's the stuff that's kind of painful. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people just found, yeah, they found Cake through RT. I've come to confuse Dralna. Oh no, he logged into the other account. I'm scared. I found it through you. Yeah, Cake's great. Cake rated me when I had, like, probably 3 people watching, 2 of which were friends of mine. And I was just sitting there playing. That was terrible. I'm just gonna exit this. I know what to do there. I just messed up. But Cake rated me when she had like, I want to say it was about 90 viewers. Was that raid? Can't tell the bitrate's fluctuating. All right, we're good then. If you're getting some dropped frames, that's what that is. Otherwise, I don't care. It's fine. Who's that, Alex of Ohio? Oh no, they're multiplying, guys. Yeah, Cake rated me. I was playing like Fallout New Vegas with a friend of mine on Discord. It was like the most scuffed stream ever. I was like, I wasn't super nervous and panicky about everything, but at the same time, I didn't really know what to say because I didn't know what to say to like 90 fucking people coming in, and so I just ended up like not saying a ton, and then like stopping playing the game for a sec to talk with James about something, and like it lost steam pretty quickly, but it's fine. Not a big deal. When it comes down to it, you know, raids are nice, but it's always nice to have your own viewers as well. Raids are good, though. They show community and support and an appreciation for each other, you know? It's almost a sign of respect for, like, Twitch streamers, and that's good. I'm hoping that they implement some of the things on Twitch over here, but I gotta tell you, if they decide, if they're like, hey, we're gonna have you raid, or we're gonna give you the ability to raid, I can guarantee you I'm not gonna be raiding that many people. Because, like, the sheer saturation of streamers over on Twitch is so much higher than it is over here. To the point where, like, it's almost not worth it to really get... It's almost not worth it to really, like, look for streams over here, because you're probably not going to find one that your community would be interested in playing. There's a clip of me shouting in panic when Cake raided me. Cake raided me probably about 4 or 5 times, to her credit. Like, she genuinely, like, is a good egg, and like when she was, like when I was streaming around the time for her to be able to catch me, I'm just gonna go up the extra stair. I'm still warming up. I'm not that great at this. But she raided me like 4 or 5 times, and like weird times too. Like one time I went outside to shovel snow because it was snowing here for like 15 minutes, and Kate came in like at the very beginning as soon as I said BRB and walked outside. Like, she had the worst timing for me. It was very entertaining. I remember you playing Fallout New Vegas with somebody. Yeah, it was a good time. When Cake rated me and my followers went from like 18 to 55. Ooh. Yeah, I know that feeling. I'll never forget the first time I found your stream. I don't remember the first time you found my stream. Was it through like Kasai or something? I don't remember genuinely. I'm also, my memory's also just been shot over the past few weeks with everything that's been happening and the stress, so like I doubt I could recall much of anything for a while. Still gonna try and get started on Twitch eventually. Hey man, if you need help setting things up, let me know. Okay, I swear I really want to get on making those videos again, but just losing like 3 hours of effort on something is so soul-crushing when it comes to video editing, because now I have to go through the effort of getting dressed, getting everything set up again, putting up the video camera, and, like, making sure everything is there. Like, making sure everything's good. And I'm set. And then, like, I have to record everything, which is probably going to be at least 2 takes, which, given the length of the video, is probably going to be at least, like, probably 20 minutes per take. And then... what else? I'm gonna have to go through and like clean up all the footage, do an A-roll cut, or do like a rough cut. Then I'm gonna have to go get B-roll footage, get that set up. Like, I lost all the footage for that, not just my footage from the actual like take. I lost the B-roll footage that I had and everything. I was going all out on this, and the fact that I lost all of that effort just sucks. So bad. But I want to make a video on microphones. I want to make a video on webcams and cameras and all that other crap. I want to make a video on, like, OBS stuff, and just, like, in general, how to get set up on streaming, like, period. You know? Like, total. Everything that you would possibly need to know without getting too specific about, like, specific kinds of equipment and everything. I found you when you raced Cake and Spyro. Honestly, that was a good time. I missed that so much. I'm glad. I reached out to Cake, actually, as soon as I got this, basically. Like, the day that I got this. The Retro Tank, rather. Not Spyro. But the day on Friday, this past Friday, when I got my new converter box, which is the thing that converts the analog signal from the PS2 in this case into digital signal that can be used over HDMI. When I got that, I messaged Cake immediately and was like, "Hey, you know what would be fun? What if we did that Spyro race again? Because that was a good time." And somebody messaged, and then somebody, I think Zero Thim messaged me today and was like, "Hey, Cake brought up that she wouldn't mind playing Spyro again and racing again at some point." And I was like, you know, okay. Because I know Cake also just doesn't look at her Discord DMs, so I kind of figured she just missed mine, but I sent something just like, "Hey, let me put this idea in your head, and if you're interested, let me know." I never got a response, because Cake's terrible at messaging on Discord, understandably. I'm glad she takes some time to get off of social media, honestly, because that's what I've been trying to do recently. Okay, let me catch up on what I missed in chat here. Found you when Cake raided you once. Yeah, there was a few times, at least once when I was playing Hades consistently. And trying to speedrun that. Another time when I was playing Fallout New Vegas. Once, I think, after I played, after a Nintendo Direct review, after I just sat there and watched a Nintendo Direct replay. Luke raided Kasai during the first Rise Community Day. I think the first thing I heard from you was "fuck" is a barreled over you. Would not surprise me. So I'm gonna do a couple things here, but I'm not gonna do this whole level. So, well, we'll do the homeworld routing, because I'm not really like super unconfident in anything I do other than Dry Canyon in Peacemakers. Or Peacekeepers, although I'm not amazing at this world by any shot. Wow, I actually got the jump. I'm surprised. I remember the time in Hades, I just got to beat Hades for the second time. Yeah, it was something like that. It was fun. I haven't played Hades in ages. Not that I don't like the game anymore, but that I just have other things to play, you know? But we're gonna do... This is more like movement warm-up, I guess, is the best way to put it. There's probably better ways to do movement warm-ups, but we need to be pretty smooth with the movement in this game. And I know it doesn't look like I'm doing much. It literally looks like I'm just charging around the map. And honestly, yeah, to an extent, that is what I'm doing. But at the same time, this game is... Honestly, like, controlling Spyro is way harder than it looks in this game. Anybody who's ever played this game will tell you the exact same thing. Controlling Spyro in this game feels like you're trying to drift a battleship through, like, thick mayonnaise or like syrup or something. It feels awful. He just does not move like very well. That being said, I enjoy the movement in this game, but I'm just not like it's something else. I've been playing this game since I was quite literally probably... This game came out in 98. I was born in 97, and I'm pretty sure I started playing this game when I was like 1.5 at most. Just like walking around or like playing with like my babysitter or my parents or whoever else was around. Oh, I'm gonna do that again. Actually, I like that. I'm gonna start like intentionally in speedruns. I'm gonna like wait for the first syllable of whatever they're trying to say to load. Just do that. So. Yes, I am going to be using the cheats. The Monster Hunter 1 controls feel awful. Yeah, I'm playing on a PS2. I have a way to capture a PS2 now. I could go down to my local video game store and get a PS2 copy of Monster Hunter. I know they have one. So that'll be interesting. Honestly, though, I'm probably not going to go do that. Not because I don't want to spend the money, but because I'm going to get, like, maybe one stream's worth of enjoyment out of that, and then I'm gonna be so tired of the fucking game, I'm gonna probably toss it. Just not worth it, you know? Anyway, welcome to Dreamweavers. This is the end of the run, basically. There's this and one more world, and then you're done. This is effectively late game. So there's a lot of techniques that are going into what I'm doing here. I don't go for a specific route in the homeworld, even though it's technically faster, because I know something that I can do more consistently. And especially in this game, consistent is better than faster. If you can do your route consistent quickly, it's much better than trying to do the fastest route semi-consistent. And that applies to most things in speedrunning, I'm just gonna say it. Like, sure, if you want world record, you need to go for the risky strats and the crazy shit, but like, overall, I don't recommend ever doing that. The game is so rough, I'm genuinely shocked we got a whole series from it. I mean, the game still performed well. Monetarily. I missed the flame charge there. Not getting this. Yeah. So there, if you're really, really quick there, you know what? I'll try and do it again. Just for my own sake. But yeah, for the record, like, so Capcom made like an initiative to like, for anybody who doesn't know how Monster Hunter started, basically Capcom made an initiative to try and like do more online games. They made 3 online games. There was, I forget the name of it. What is the name of it? God, I'm struggling to remember the name of this game. It's a racing game with like an Italian name. Nope. Okay. And then there was 2 more, and the racing game performed well, and Monster Hunter performed well because that was the 3rd one that they did. But then the other one just didn't perform well, and they gave up on it. But yeah, Monster Hunter is such a good concept for a game that I think that it got a good run. That's my idea. I think that they saw so much potential in Monster Hunter that they just kept going. I'll be leaving for today. All right, Mike, take it easy, man. So funny enough, there's a way... So the way that this level works... this is Haunted Towers, by the way. I know I'm kind of just rambling to myself, but... The way that Haunted Towers works is effectively the entire route for this level depends on you getting to a fairy that can kiss you and permanently give you the Super Flame power-up as quickly as possible. And the quickest way to do that is actually not the way that I'm doing it. I'm doing basically the intended strats for this level. That is really bad. No, it's not Assetto Corsa. Thank you for the idea, though, Mike. It's, God, what is the name of that game? I don't remember it. But anyway, so Haunted Towers, basically the way that this game works, or the way that this level works, is you get to this fairy as quickly as possible. And there's a way to do it by basically getting yourself stuck between a wall and a wizard that you just killed, like the model of a dying wizard that you just killed. And if you do that right, you actually bounce yourself way too high up into the air to be able to do basically anything, except get over here. Like, you just fly over here. Drama? Ramble? No, I don't ramble. You know that. I just say shit too much. Sometimes I need to learn how to shut up and stop talking, or at least say things with less words, you know? I get distracted, that's what it is. I get sent off on too many subjects all at once, and especially when I'm in a not-so-great mental state, it's very easy for me to just let myself ramble and not really think about things. Because that's just, like, my default when I'm not feeling well. But I can also sit here and focus on this and probably shut up a little bit more than I would otherwise. But, you know what? Why am I bothering... If I don't get the flame charges on those Norgs, why am I bothering to go after them later? Or why am I bothering to go after them, like, right then? I could just go after them later. But yeah, I'll see if I can show off... Oh, I did it again. Never mind, we gotta reset anyway, because I fucked up. Because I always do this. This is, like, the 4th time I've done it. And the, like, 5 times I've run this level. Maybe I'll write it down. Maybe that would help. Anyway, so we're gonna quit and then just use the level select cheat to go back there again. Because I need to do that. Shout out to that guy. Whoever did that voice. But, yeah, so... long story short, that level... You want to get to that golden fairy as quickly as possible, and then run the rest of the level from there. However, the thing I always forget to do is to go back and get the banded chest that's directly behind the door, or that's directly next to the door where you start, and the dragon that's there. Which is why I always end up 1 dragon short and, like, whatever it is. It's like, it's some number of gems short, probably about 70 something. No, it's less than 70, I'm sorry. Oh, come on, let me input it. There we go. It's like probably about, I want to say 35, 40 gems short. But anyway, so come back to me after you rescued 10 dragons. Okay, I'm gonna come back to you never. Also, this is a warning to you guys. Stay hydrated. We'll call it a warning. A warning is definitely the word I was going for there. Not a heads up, not like, you know, an advice or reminder. Nope, warning. Stay hydrated. This is a threat. So yeah, the Magic Crafter's routing is a little bit weird, mostly because you get this out of the way first, and then normally there's supposed to be like a death abuse that you'd take there, or that you take after Haunted Towers. And you would actually, well, scratch that. The world record route is actually, you basically fly over to that side of the wall, and then hit that slope, and wall glide along that wall until you can glide all the way over there. That's incredibly difficult, and I'm not going to do it. A warning shot of water. You gotta take your water shots, man. It's important. Don't inject water into your veins, you will die. I'm just warning in case anybody decided that was the idea. Same thing with air. You want to put air into your veins? That's how you kill yourself, actually. Air getting into your heart is very bad. Large air bubbles getting into your heart is very bad. I should qualify that because, like, technically smaller air bubbles don't really matter that much. So if you do this very, very quickly, and I mean fucking quick, and you don't do what I just did, you can take this Super Flame power up all the way over here to that door right there. And break it open immediately, so that saves a lot of time. But water is good for me, so is air. Yeah, anything's good when it's actually, like, used right and in the correct amounts. How you doing, Eric? Yeah, anything's good when you use it right and in the correct amounts, but long story short, if you like living, don't recommend injecting water. So, what I was talking about earlier, about the faster route, and I'm gonna pull it up so I can see if I can do it, but I'm really, really bad at it. So basically what you want to do here is you want to get that wizard to run into the wall chasing you. You don't want to hit him. You want to go run around him, go up into the whirlwind. Where's Deo's lofty tutorial? Hold on. There's the, or no, I'm sorry, I don't want lofty, I want Haunted Towers. That basically what you want to do is you want to get that wizard, you want to avoid that wizard, and then jump up the whirlwind, charge down the side of the wall here without actually, like, bonking against it, into the wizard, so that you're stuck between the wizard dying and the wall, and that launches you up into the air and lets you fly all the way over. However, I am incredibly bad at this, because I don't practice it, and I don't like doing this glitch. Well, it's a glitch is a bad term for it, I suppose. A, physics exploit, we'll call it. Called proxying, that's the actual term that the Spyro community uses. But this is an incredibly precise setup that you have to do for this. In that, where you try and get the wizard to shoot lightning at the same time you jump up the whirlwind so that he tries to chase you over, basically. I don't know what Deo's talking about because I can't hear him because I have the video muted because I'm streaming like a gamer. Okay. This is very fucked, and it's probably not going to work, but we're going to try it. You fuck! Nope, I fucked it up. So basically, you get the wizard to chase you over here, is the idea. But I don't know how to do that without bonking, apparently. But yeah, the idea is that that wizard should shoot lightning at the same time you hit him, and you should hit him basically at the bottom of the wall there. and he will launch you like 20 feet in the air because that's just what he does. That's his job in life. That's how he makes a living. He gets $40 an hour for standing there looking at the wall. And then eventually dying. But you know what? For $40 an hour, not bad. Not a bad existence. Oh, come on. Doing this bit when you're new is actually kind of hard. Like, actually getting the speed required to do this bit. But I've gotten to the point now where I can take a couple bonks, even though it's really suboptimal to do so. It doesn't... As long as... The only important thing for this wizard right here is to make sure that you get up fast enough that you don't lose your... or you don't have a knight blocking your way, because if you don't make it fast enough... Well... There goes that. If you don't make it fast enough, the knight will block your way. And I think this is blocked again. Let's just restart. Let's just reset and do it from scratch, because I'm trying to talk and explain this stuff and also do it, and I'm not doing it very well, and I don't feel like trying to reset this shit. Or trying to, like, recover this shit. Long story short, once you get the fairy kiss, if you die, you're in for a bad time. That's just what it is. The entirety of, well, basically the entire game, but like specifically for Dreamweavers, if you're not confident in your movement for an area, you should not go for that strat. Because if you're not confident, there's a pretty good chance you're gonna just fuck up the whole strat. Because there's a lot of stuff that's timing based in Dreamweavers, as opposed to most of the other levels where you can kind of just start them whenever. Most of the other homeworlds, you can kind of start wherever you need to. A lot of homeworlds, or specifically Dreamweavers, and a lot of Nasties actually, as well, you really need to be confident in your movement. The nice part about this game is there's very little in the way of RNG. Like, sure, there's some global cycles you gotta worry about in making global cycles, but that's not really RNG based. They always start in the same spot, and if you do the same route to get there every time, they will pretty much be in the same area. Like, everything will always be in the same order. Anyway. Bonk. So this is what a halfway decent start to Dreamweavers looks like. Not anything amazing, but yeah, like that. It would have been nice to have grabbed both those chests there. But other than that, decent. But yeah, again, the biggest thing I always stress with this game, and that Deo, even Deo, like the world record holder for both categories, both major categories for this game, like him and I both stress the exact same thing here. It doesn't matter if your strat is the fastest if it only saves 2 seconds, but you fuck it up every, like, 3 runs. You want the strat that you are able to be consistent with. Bonk percent, yeah. But yeah, you just want the strat that you're able to be consistent with. Hey, I got it! So, if you get that metal door first, you basically just ignore that entire area over there, unless you're me, and you just do that. Because you're bad at this. I think it's mostly because I haven't played this game in so long, and so now I'm trying to focus on this and talk, and it's just not working. But yeah, so basically, if you can flame the metal door before you lose the super flame power up, then you absolutely go for this route. Otherwise, you go for the side area so you can get the fairy, so that you can get the super flame again for it. See, this is why we practiced. That was faster and had less bonks. Although, admittedly, a lot of my movement in this game is pretty much, well, there's obviously the routes. I understand, like, generally what route to take, but I don't know the minutia of any given route. Or of any given, like, movement in this game. So a lot of the time my movement is kind of just me guessing at things and, like, hoping that I get it right. Or, like, slightly improv strats. Did you know humans are only 2 frames away from perfection with Super Mario Brothers? Yeah, I saw that. They're only 2 frames off of the tasks, and it's kind of impressive. Well, current theoretical perfection with the game. Honestly, even with older games like that, occasionally you do find new strats. I was talking about this with some friends in a Discord server last night. There is such a thing as like a stale speed game, a game that has had most, if not all, of the tech figured out. Like Super Mario 64, which is just such a prolific game. Hell, this game, to a certain extent, specifically 120, is, right now, it's theoretically the fastest that it can be, just because we're not sure if you can physically collect treasure any faster than this. Because there's no weird, like, shortcuts that you can use, like, in any percent. Like, the reason Deo got any percent initially, got the any percent world record initially, was because there was a proxy discovered off of a rat. Ow. Okay, maybe that's why I grabbed him. Or maybe it was just my brain going, nope, need to get every enemy on the screen, but I don't really need to. But the reason that Deo got any percent world record initially was because he actually managed to get rat proxy, which saves a significant amount of time. It's like probably about 30 seconds over the previous world record. Because when that world record was done, they didn't know about rat proxy, and it's also a really risky trick. You only tend to get it first or second try, maybe. I want to say it's less than 30% of the time, even if you're consistent with it. Why am I bothering to try and get kissed by the fairy? I blanked there because I've been doing the other route so many times. Oh, I got the flame charge. Sick. But eventually Deo did go back and actually, with rat proxy, which saved like 30 seconds, still basically play better than the other person, because they basically did better than them on every single split. So it's important I don't lose sparks here, or otherwise die, because that'd be a problem. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of extra time and let Sparks grab that butterfly. If I lose... to put it in perspective, if I lose... There's certain spots in this level where you can absolutely... like, not lose the golden fairy power-up. Like, by dying. But there are certain spots where it's perfectly fine. Like, right here, it's okay because you can just go back to the fairy at the beginning of the area. The history of no shortcut Mario 64 is insane. I haven't seen anything about that, actually. I don't look a ton at Super Mario at Mario Kart 64 content, but also I haven't looked at the no shortcut stuff. I don't think ever. I know a friend of mine, Joey, well, a friend of mine, an acquaintance of mine, somebody I knew from college, is actually one of the first people to perform, I think, the triple weather Tenko, which was an absurd effort, and props to him, but I don't think I could ever do something like that. It's just, that seems like an insane amount of resets for something that's so ridiculously hard. But anyway, so we're just going to run through Endgame really quick, just so I can get my bearings about me again, and probably practice that a few times, and then we'll probably call it after that, depending. But if you guys have any questions, whether it be you're watching this as a VOD later on, or if you're live, feel free to let me know in the stream chat or the comments. I'm more than happy to answer any questions about this run that I know the answer to, and if I don't know the answer to, I know the people to point you to, because the Spyro speedrun community is phenomenal. One guy almost had 32 out of 32 no shortcut records at once at like 8 different times. Jeez, man. That's the nuts stuff. That's what you love to see, honestly. Light. Good. Shouldn't have flamed him, but that's fine. I'm terrible with these arrows today, man. Maybe it's because I was practicing a proxy where I had to get hit by arrows anyway. I don't know. Let's just vibe with this. This level's great. It's terrible in speedruns. Like, design-wise, this level's great. I like the music for it. It's very comfy. It's got a lot of unique ideas with the like enemies that transform based on the lantern properties of the jesters in the area. You motherfucker. God damn it. I'm gonna hit that with a flame. Just so I can grab another, Yep, cool. That's what we call time management, guys. Because, like, that's half of this run. If you fuck up, you gotta know, okay, do I need Sparks back? Do I need him for a trick? Do I need an extra life? Do I need this? Do I need that? And these turtles are, like, the worst thing in the world. Because they will snipe you, okay? If you don't shoot directly at them, they're going to hit you. Period. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Grab that. Theoretically, it's faster to charge that chest, but I'd rather flame it so I can keep full sparks. Yo, how you doing, Queen Rowlet? One of my favorite streamers is live, and his name is Dralma. Thank you. I am, in fact, live. You were, in fact, live this morning. It was very nice. I appreciated your... always appreciate your streams, but it's especially nice on the days where I get to work from home and can actually participate in the chat a little bit more. And, you know, do my actual job as a moderator. But, nice seeing you. Hope you're doing okay. Hope work was alright for you. I am sitting here practicing a 20-year-old video... over 20-year-old video game. 22-year-old video game. 24-year-old, excuse me. This was 98. God damn it. Every time. Also, don't know how I didn't get shot there. But that's okay. Anyway, this level's kind of hell because if you miss a gem, there's no way at all that you can see back through most of the level to check to see if you missed a gem. Also, if you miss that fireworks, you're kind of fucked. You have to go back like, it's like 20 seconds because you have to die, which means you have to jump in the lava over here, and then you have to come back. Why did I do that? I know I'm doing this route wrong. That's what's happening. Okay. I don't want to be here. I want to be over there where I got the dragon. I could theoretically do it all the way up to here and then do a quick dive down. I think it's on this side of the platform. Yeah. Work has been a fun time, but nothing's new. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you there. Sometimes it exists. The one nice thing about working from home is that there's generally not a whole lot of supervision. Not that there's a whole lot of supervision for me in general. It's more just like, hey, make sure you're doing your thing. Please go do this thing. And I go, okay, and then I go do it. Which is nice. I actually appreciate that a lot. But also, it means I'm bored as hell at work most of the time. Let me see here. Alright, so... from here, the route gets a little bit... it looks a little bit wonkier than it actually is. It makes sense when you actually do it, but it always looks a bit bizarre. Normally, there's a better way to route that, but I don't normally do it because I am slow and might be stupid. Apparently, one of the guys that was part of the group trying to, in a sportsmanship way, keep him away from 32, secretly hit his records just to knock the other guy's records out, and then got 32 first. What a dick. Okay, that's bad. It's funny. It's funny, and it is. I would argue to call it that it's probably sportsmanlike. Like, I would call that unsportsmanlike, actually. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, that. I guess you can argue that that's sportsmanlike. It's not. That's just being a dick. Like, you're really gonna sit there and, like, not talk about your records that you beat on this guy's thing just so you can fucking flatten him later? Like, I know that you want that title of being the first guy to ever get, like, all 32 tracks out of nowhere, or all 32 tracks world record, but, like, come on, dude. I'm gonna do a lurk while I grab food. Hell yeah, you grab some food. Chillax. We are here when you get back. And now it's time for Icy Flight, which, admittedly, I know the route for, but I'm really bad at executing it. I should probably practice this a couple times, considering flights are one of the few levels you can actually practice repeatedly without resetting the game. Oh, you know what? I didn't set up fast disk speed anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I hit the reset button on the console. For anybody who doesn't know, I run this game on a PS2 with a setting called fast disk speed enabled, which basically makes PS1 games load faster than they're normally intended, but sometimes it causes audio errors or other loading errors. Hell, some games it can straight up crash them. Like Spyro 3, I believe, Spyro the Dragon, I'm pretty sure just it has a chance to just outright crash. I think I missed one of the helicopters. But for the most part, fast disk speed basically lets you play the entire game at, or load the entire game at 4 times speed instead of 2 times speed. Joseph Lester, message deleted. Well, somebody's doing their job. Thank you, Walker Pierce. I'm gonna do that one again. I feel like I can do better than that. But Icy Flight, the flight levels are one of the few levels you can repeatedly do. But I don't have fast disk speed on, so, and not like I'm actually running anyway, so load times don't account for anything. I'm just sort of practicing execution. And fast disk speed doesn't really change anything for Spyro 1, it just means that occasionally the gem sound effect doesn't play when you're flying between levels. Like when the game's doing like the count up of like what gems you've gotten, or how many gems you've got now, and it like loads all the gems into this little chest thing. That doesn't play, but other than that, it doesn't do anything. That's another level I gotta work on, Wild Flight. Because I always mess up the routing on that, because I just don't think about it that much. Well, this is a tad bit faster, and I know that because of the plane routing. Yeah, 3 seconds faster. Try it again. I really should look at the actual route for this and make sure I'm not, like, horribly missing something, but that's... I did better than I did the first time. That's all I can ask for. Hit this, fly back around. This flop is what was killing my time. I'm gonna look at the route, actually. Because, I don't trust myself right now, as far as, like, getting routes. Right. So, let me see. There's Spyro 120 tutorials, and we want to go to Icy Flight. I gotta say, I know that Deo puts out a lot of content, and shout out to him for it, by the way. If you guys haven't followed him, go look up Deo Man on YouTube right now. Go look up Deo Man, because he is an excellent Spyro 1 speedrunner. He started branching out into other video games. Entertaining dude. Super fun to watch stream a lot of the time. And his video editing is always top quality in the most shitty way possible. Oh, okay. So he's not doing a flop there, he's just diving. He's taking it a little bit wide and then diving. Is there anything else in this level that he's like... This is like a 13-minute video for Icy Flight. It's not that hard to explain Icy Flight. I'm sorry. Icy Flight. Exactly. Anyway, I'm just kind of... This is a big goofing stream. I want to get more into speedrunning again. I want to... My real goal, for anybody who's wondering, is I want to be able to hit sub 2 hours again in this game. That's my goal. I want to hit sub 2 hours in this game once again, because I haven't hit sub 2 hours in this game in over 3 years at this point. Oh my god. Okay, that threw me off really bad, because I think I got there way too quick and I just wasn't expecting it. But yeah, there's a lot of tiny nuanced things about this game that I'm not really going to go into a ton of detail explaining unless somebody asks. But I do know a lot about the game. I'm just not the fastest runner at this game. For the record, for anybody who's wondering, world record is... Oh geez, what is Deo's record now? 1 hour, 21 minutes, and I want to say it's like 30 seconds or 29 seconds, something like that. Need to get going. See you next stream. All right, Walker Pierce. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for modding. Take it easy. Have a good one. I'm just here vibing for the next couple hours, so no sweat there. Definitely faster. I'm gonna practice this a couple times to get the muscle memory down. Because I gotta tell you, the muscle memory for Crystal Flight, still not there. Alright. That was good, and I just reflex hit the quit option as quickly as possible in the menu. Which is fine. That's another thing I wanted to do at some point. At some point, I want to sit down and have a stream where I'm just looking at speedruns that people recommend me and trying to explain what tricks they're using. I put this up on Twitter earlier today, but I want to try and explain what tricks they're using while having no prior knowledge of that game in a speedrun context. Because honestly, I'm not terrible at doing that. I've generally been pretty accurate with like what I can explain about a game. There's some mechanics that I'm just not very good at explaining because I'm not like really qualified to explain them just by sheer like lack of knowledge about the situation. But a lot of the time, I've seen enough different speedruns that I can usually determine how a like trick works. Like I was watching, somebody sent me a speedrun of Morrowind today, which was very entertaining to watch because it's like I want to point this out. It's like a 2-minute run, and you teleport like you fly all the way across the map, and then kill Dagoth Ur with like 3 Daedric weapons in your hands. That was abysmal. Yeah, that's the other thing that's gonna like really hit me about speedrunning. Part of the reason that I didn't get back into speedrunning for so long is because, well, honestly, sometimes speedrunning is just painful. It is a hobby that is not always happy and fun and good times. And especially for people who dedicate themselves strictly to a specific game, that was terrible. It can be like incredibly painful. Like you see, Dale likes to call it speed depression. And you know what? I watched some of the best Spyro 120% speedrunners quit over the past year just because of how goddamn hard this game is at a high level. Like the skill ceiling, like it's the skill ceiling for this game is almost like infinite. It's just basically down to how good you are at the movement, how good you are at, you know, understanding the little minutiae of the game and micromanaging your movement and sparks and everything else. I need to get that turn right. And so it can be kind of stressful at times, and I totally understand people quitting, but it's always sort of disheartening to see that happen. But long story short, I haven't been in a really good mindset to do that, and admittedly, I'm in the worst mindset that I've been in a while right now, but at the same time, I'm more than happy to dedicate a bunch of hours to doing something kind of brainless. That was bad. So Spyro's height is tied to his speed value, and vice versa, mainly. But Spyro's speed is tied to his height when he started gliding in the flight levels. So when you fall at the very bottom there, it kind of sucks because you lose basically any potential to get your speed back up for quite a while. So I lose probably like 3 seconds here, but I'm still more or less on cycle, so it's fine. It's just a slightly later cycle. Yeah. And another thing you'll see me doing here is actually trying to get Spyro to hit something as soon as possible after flaming that last enemy, in this case the barrel train things. As soon as you flame the last enemy in this level, or the last like object you have to hit, you lose control of Spyro in this game. Again, flop bad there, but it's better than crashing and dying, because that'd be another like 20 seconds lost. You lose control of Spyro as soon as you hit the last thing in a flight level. And it goes into this animation that takes Spyro upwards and starts spinning, and the camera follows him up, and it looks kind of neat, but it's slow, and it loses probably about 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds, something like that. And so what we do as speedrunners is we'll try and hit something as soon as possible after that cutscene, or as soon as possible after we lose control. So we'll set ourselves up in weird positions, like dive bombing onto the tracks here and trying to hit the bottom of the tracks. But because as soon as you hit anything with a physical, like, with physical, like, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm stupid. I can't think right now. As soon as you hit anything with a collision box, as soon as you hit anything that has physical collision in the game, the cutscene ends immediately, and then you go to the screen. So you can save time in RTA by doing that. Yeah, that's still 57. That's still, what, 6 seconds faster than I got earlier? That's, you know what, I'll take free 6 seconds time save for just doing a little bit of practice. Sounds pretty good to me. Really, my weaknesses right now are just late-game routing and general movement, I would say. After looking at that run from Sunday and thinking about it some. Late-game routing and movement, not knowing where I'm going and then not being able to get there efficiently. A lot of bonks, a lot of just, like, really slow, awkward sections. Or dying in the same spot repeatedly when the trick isn't that hard in the first place, like what happened in Alpine Ridge. Those are the big concerns at the moment. So I'm going to be working on those and mostly my late game stuff. Long story short, movement is going to come back as I play the game more. There. That's what I wanted. I'm satisfied with that for the moment. But movement is going to come back as I play the game some more, so I think learning late game routing is really what I need to be doing. I haven't looked at a route for Dark Passage, and I probably should, but I feel like I'm pretty confident with the route itself. I just need to actually learn the proper, wow, okay. I feel pretty confident with Dark Passage's route, like in a general sense. I just need to learn the micro movement and the things I need to do in the meantime. So we're not even going to go back up to Icy Flight because it's a really long trek and I don't feel like doing it. We're just going to head over here, and so when you get done with Icy Flight, you grab all the gems over here, come over to Icy Flight, and then you immediately drop down and charge around the rim of this right here, so that you end up here, charge the 3 chests here, grab the rest of the gems over here, and immediately head into Lofty. And Lofty Castle is probably the most complex level as far as routing goes for this run. And I'm going to try to do it, but I cannot guarantee it's going to work. So the first thing you'll probably notice about this is these weird-ass turkey things. It doesn't matter if you flame them or flame charge them or anything. The gems automatically home in on you, presumably because the game devs were worried that people were gonna not, like, have the... people were worried that the gems were gonna fall. Which, by the way, when gems do fall in this game, with very few exceptions, if the gems do fall off a ledge and hit a kill plane, those gems still track in on you. They'll just automatically go into your inventory. What am I doing? This is what I get for trying to talk and play at the same time. Because now my cycle's all messed up. There's not, like I said, there's not many cycles in this game. Well, there's not any RNG in this game. There's plenty of cycles in this game. That was a misnomer. But yeah, I messed that up bad. And the toad still blocked my arrow. Great. So, long story short, we're not going to be saving many of the fairies in this level. Just routing-wise, that's not how this works. Also turkey, because I forgot if I got him or not. So we don't normally save any of the fairies here. I just happened to flame that chest, or that cage that fairy was stuck in. You can just do that. Now, that does require some knowledge of how Spyro's movement in this game works, but the long and short of it is, Spyro's movement in this game is simple yet complex, and that sounds like a really weird cop-out, but that's really what it is. Fuck's sake, just hit the damn... I cannot hit any of this fodder, I don't care. It's fine. Hey, we got another bot. I'll grab him after level's done. Don't you guys love YouTube bots? Look at these things. It's like the easiest thing ever to try and counteract. Like, it's like, okay, what is it? Well, this one's talking about Vor. So, we're good. I can just delete that one. Now, this set of fairies, you don't technically have to save, but I'm going to do it because I am very bad at the normal strat that gets used for this level in high-level play. The normal route for this level is kind of hell for me, just because I haven't practiced it enough, and it's just terrible. Also, you may have noticed the drop in frame rate right there. That was not my capture card or any of my equipment. That is just how bad the game runs in this level sometimes, if there's too much rendering at once. I'm gonna grab this extra life, even though I don't really need to. Because, you know, I can just use the extra lives cheat. Be gone, bot! I can do better than that. Hold up. I can literally add an echo out of my voice. Be gone, bot! Hope you guys liked that. Hope it was worth it. I lost 15 seconds on this run because of you guys. No, I don't care. Whoa. Okay, we're good. Sometimes you fuck up there, and then you just have to go back up to the top. Getting the right lineup, I would rather take an extra, like, 2 or 3 seconds and have to get the lineup to get all those in one go than have to run all the way back around the room. Because if you have to run all the way back around the room, you're losing a lot of time. Okay, I'm gonna try this. This isn't really a necessary strat because of the way that I route this, but okay, I guess we're just not doing it then. Fine, be like that. Yeah, Echo the best. You gotta love the Echo. Alright. Anyway, so the point being, you basically take that supercharge jump all the way from down there, hop across that island where that ferry's still locked up, and then you take it all the way over here, and then try and supercharge jump up the wall you supercharge jump on, like, a very specific polygon here, so that you get enough height to actually ramp yourself over there without having to go get any of these ferries. However, I think I'm gonna forego that strat for the moment because it's really hard. You need to, like, this polygon right here. You need to ramp off of this polygon right here, and then aim yourself that way to be able to get it without the whirlwind here. So I'm gonna ignore that, and I'm probably gonna reset after I do Dreamweavers. Actually, no, I'll reset after I do Nasty. I'll do Nasties too while I'm here. I may not explain a whole lot during this stretch just because I really want to get this, like, done and practiced, at least to some extent before my next run, because I'm probably going to be doing, like, no reset runs just so I can, like, get runs in, because I don't really care how good my runs are right now. But the goal is by, I don't know, March, maybe, I have a solid sub 2-hour run. I don't have, like, an actually set goal right now, but if I'm practicing once a week, and then maybe doing runs, or if I'm practicing, like, in my free time and then doing runs maybe once a week, probably doing them off stream, then I would say that beating the game, or beating my goal by, like, mid-March is probably a pretty good bet. Fun fact, if you're on emulator, and sometimes even on console, the game will eat your inputs here. And so that jump that I made to cross the gap, sometimes it'll eat the glide for that, or the charge for that, and it sucks. So the reason you do this section last is specifically because it means you don't have to free the fairies down here. Also, I'm going to point this out once, because everybody points it out. This is the only red spring chest in the game. And the reason we call them spring chests are because they're basically, like, you flame them and then the gem, like, springs out of it. That was the whole, like, logic behind that. But that's the only spring chest in the game that has a red gem in it. I don't know why they took them out. I think there's more of them in the prototype build that we've seen, which is weird. I don't know why. I guess they took them out because they felt like it wasn't worth the effort to get, like, a single gem from those things, but it's very strange. Oh, let me take care of that bot while I'm thinking about it. This bot in here talking about Vor. Unwanted commercial content or spam. Be gone, bot. Get the fuck out of my chat. It's still loaded on my end, and I don't really care. I reported the bot. I feel better about myself. I have done a civic duty. But anyway, so now comes, yeah, Jacques. I'm not good at this level. Actually, no. Scratch that. This is one of the levels that I was really good at one point. Am I still? I've played it a couple times. I'm not feeling super confident about it, but I can play it. Like, I'm not, like, horrible at it. I'm not good at it anymore, by any means. Case in point. Should not be failing that. That's not even a hard jump. Like, that's an intended jump the developers want you to make. The, like, pivots are killing me, man. I didn't mean to bonk that, but that's fine. So we're gonna try single cake again. I'll explain after I'm done. Never mind. No more single cake. I'm gonna try single cake again. Don't jump. Yeah, no. So single cake is effectively what you just saw there, except better. When you do single cake right, you only need to hit, basically you only need to hit one of the jesters to theoretically get up into that cave. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but you can do it. God, where is my flow today? It's like gone. You only need to hit that jester. You only need to hit one of the jesters around that platform, and so they call it single cake because you only need one layer of the platform to be up. And the platform kind of looks like a cake, so single cake. But you can get into that cave and then get out and still make it over to the other platform while also only having one of the jesters activated. So you don't need to go down and activate both jesters. It saves the time of chasing around the stupid jesters because nobody likes dealing with them. Unless you can flame them directly and quickly, most of the time it just kind of sucks. Oh, that sucks. So what I was trying to do there is, Jacques' hitbox doesn't extend to the spring under his feet in the death animation. And so what you can do is flame him while you're flying at him and charging. Charge under his feet. Then jump off of the box on the other side, grab the gems up here, come back down to go get the gems from Jacques, and it saves, like, maybe a quarter of a second. As opposed to what I just did, which is fuck up and send myself flying all the way back and lose, like, 20 seconds. Oh, I got a flame charge on him, wow. Cool. Her, him, I don't know. They're holding flowers, but they make weird noises, so I don't really think of them as gendered in the first place. Them. I don't know. English is a weird language when you think about it. Where'd the flame go? Where'd the flame go? So here comes the hard part. You do this. Run over here. Hopefully grab this dude. Oh my fucking god. Okay. So there's a reason, there's a harder way to do that. You can ignore some of the enemies in that area and some of the gems in that like little area near that pedestal that just went way up in the air. And then grab them in an attempt to... You don't need to hit him, but I'm doing it. You can do that in an attempt to like save a few seconds. Because you're not like grabbing the gems and then running back into the area and standing there and waiting on the platform. But that's risky as hell. Because if you fuck that up, then you gotta run all the way back around to the other side and hit both of those jesters again to get back up on the platform. You can also avoid that jester by wall gliding. Unfortunately, it's been a while since I've done that wall glide. I'm gonna practice it. Or, you know, the jester's gonna throw me off and make me buffer a double X input. I hate buffers in games. Anybody? Let me button mash without regret, okay? To be fair, this game feels really good when you play at a high level and you do it right, but the fact that there is a buffered input system in this game even if it's a tiny one, is a little annoying sometimes. And I'm missing 6 gems. Like I said, I used to be pretty good at this level. Now I'm pretty bad at this level. I don't even know where I'm missing gems. I doubt it's these guys. These gems home in automatically, or at least they should, theoretically. Yeah, not them. I don't even know where I'm missing gems. Try single cake again. It's always something, isn't it? I can't tell if I'm just playing worse or if something else is wrong with me today. This shit ain't happening, huh? Yeah. I'm just playing like shit today. This is why we practice, but I can't practice this level again because I don't even know where I'm missing gems. You know how much that sucks in a run? That's like one of the few things that I prided myself on after my first few runs. I usually didn't miss gems anywhere. And if I did, I caught them immediately. Okay, so it's just these, hopefully. No. We're missing exactly 2 more gems. Remember when I said speedrunning is not always a really happy hobby and, like, relaxing? Sometimes it just kind of sucks really bad. Yeah. That one. Which I could have sworn that I had gotten, but whatever. Okay. I'm gonna... Yeah, let's do nasties. Let's do nasties. There's some... I did some more practice in nasties yesterday, and I didn't practice Jock at all yesterday. So, we'll do some practice in nasties and come back. Nasty's World. Alright, so here's how Nasty's World works. Basically, at this point in the game, you technically don't need to get any more treasure to beat the game. All you need to do is beat the 3 levels in order and go through the vortex at the end. Problem is, we're doing 120%, which means we need to get into Nasty's loot, which means we need every gem, dragon, and egg in the game. Getting in all the practice. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I wanted to do today. We're good. I'll go for another hour or so, maybe a little bit longer, and we'll call it there. Technically not optimal to grab everything that way, but I don't care that much. If I wanted to go into specific, like, gem micro-routing, I would not be... I would want to do that after I've already got a sub 2 hour time, because by the time you've got sub 2 hours, you should be good. You should be good enough to know what you need to work on in the game, you know? Hell, I know what I need to work on, but I'm also very analytical when it comes to this game. Why did I do that? I came up with a setup yesterday. I am fucking doing terribly already. I came up with a setup yesterday where you basically come over here, hit the flame button, and then drop. And then roll out of the way and then back into the way if you need to. Well, move out of the way and then roll back into the way if you need to grab all the gems out of that chest without moving a ton. It was very convenient, actually. I don't think it's really... I mean, it's something Deo kind of does. Deo does it slightly different than I do. There we go. That was giving me so much trouble yesterday. I will tell you that much right now. Come on. There's Latif again, in case you missed him. We saw him last world. All the dragons in Nasty's world, for whatever reason, are dragons that we've already rescued who are giving us more advice again, which is weird. But, you know, maybe they came to help out and they were just stupid and got caught again. I have no idea. Because for anybody who doesn't know the plot of this game, not like this game has much of a plot in the first place, we're trying to save every dragon in the dragon world from a man named, well, from a Nork named Nasty Nork. Or as the game puts it, Ganasty Ganork. And he got mad because the dragons were running a TV show and just shitting all over him in interviews. So he said, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna freeze every dragon in this area. Hey, we got the trick. So that right there is a really... You're not supposed to be able to get that chest early, but basically what I'm doing is on the first possible frame, that I'm able to, I go ahead and charge that barrel. And when I charge that barrel, obviously it damages me and the barrel explodes, but it also pushes the barrel's hitbox back just a couple pixels so that you can hit that banded chest with that barrel's explosion, as opposed to doing the intended route, which loses a significant amount of time. It's like 6 seconds or something like that, or maybe more even. I forget who discovered that, but basically some dude was just goofing off and wasn't even looking for a speedrun trick, and that happened, and well, everybody latched on it pretty quickly and figured out what was happening, because goddamn is that cool. Here comes another little style thing that I'm pretty bad at. Yeah, so the goal is you have to charge low enough on all of those dudes to grab all their gems as you charge them, but high enough on them that you don't hit the TNT barrels beneath them and make them explode. It is surprisingly difficult. Oh my god. This is literally the least optimal way to do this. Nothing hit there, so you can see I'm intentionally not grabbing the key over here because, as it turns out, key chests in this game aren't indestructible. They're basically just the regular banded chests. And you can do that. So you don't have to worry about the key. Although I do recommend most people picking up the key, especially if they're starting out running. Because it's not easy doing that sometimes. It's not easy getting that set up right. Okay. I wasn't sure if I had gotten him there. Also, when these guys don't have barrels to hit you with, they just slap you. Which I find entertaining. I also really like them just getting stuck down in, like, their undies, basically. Where am I missing 5 gems? I swear, this game has just decided it doesn't like me today at all. Did I miss, like, a 5 gem back here? Yes. Okay, that's acceptable. So, the other important thing to remember with Nasty's World, and I've done this plenty of times, is when you're going through North Cove and Twilight Harbor, you cannot exit the game through the pause menu. If you exit the game through the pause menu, then the dragon head for the next level doesn't open up. Technically, that also, well, not that the dragon head doesn't open up, but it also applies to Nasty's loot, where if you leave the level by exiting the game, it doesn't give you the cutscene saying that you beat the game. And so that's also bad. So the next level here is Twilight Harbor. This is a level where they decided to give all the Norks guns. It has one of the best soundtracks in the game, and they just fire Doritos at you. They're firing hot Doritos at you. I make that joke because in the remake, they decided to make it basically Splatoon, and just have them, like, fire paint at you. Which is admittedly kind of cool. I like it. Those grenade guys suck. Specifically that one, and I think one other guy later on. Normally I don't have an issue with them, but only once you start really understanding this game do you get good enough to be able to say, like, okay, I don't need to worry about you anymore. Also, you need to be confident enough in your movement that you don't do that. Yeah, the Doritos. Here, let me show you the Doritos. See if I got a big dude over here. The Doritos. The question is, are they Cool Ranch Doritos or are they the Flamin' Hot ones? I missed the gem. Normally I would grab that because I have to come back, or normally I wouldn't grab that because I have to come back here later anyway, but I'm just not bothering with it right now. Looks like Cool Ranch. Yeah, probably Cool Ranch. Fair enough. Fuck these guys, by the way. Sometimes they're perfectly nice and easy and, like, super easy to read. Sometimes they are the bane of my existence. Same thing with the Rambo dudes. The grenades from the Rambo dudes have a massive hitbox. Yes, I 100% agree. Cool Ranch Doritos are the best. Honestly, everybody leave your favorite chip in the fucking comments or in stream chat, because I'm curious. What came first, Ranch or Cool Ranch? You'd think Cool Ranch came first, because the Ice Age happened before, like, normal times, right? That's what I would think. Also, shout out to Deo. Yesterday, I went into his stream and I fucked him up on the middle, in the middle of like the beginning of the run. He was in the middle of like Sunny Flight or something, so it wasn't like a huge time loss. But so Deo recently got a controller camera, so he could make him feel. It made him feel like his runs were a bit more legitimate, like he wasn't just like BSing something. Yeah, that's right. And so when he was doing it, the first couple days he was doing it, he would like unconsciously like shift in his seat, and everybody noticed because he would start like unsticking his pants from his crotch area, and everybody just started typing ball adjustment into the chat. So I went in there yesterday, and the first thing I said in the chat was ball adjustment, and he went, "What? Did I do it again by accident?" And he went to go say something else to me, and he immediately fucked up one of the easiest things in the game and reset on the spot. It was really funny. That's how I fucked up a perfectly good run, by saying the words ball adjustment. Also, normally I'm way better at the flame charges and all that shit. I don't know what's happening today. Literally, I got some of this stuff yesterday perfectly fine, and it just didn't work. But that's all good. That's what I'm doing right now is an older route and probably a slower route, but I'd rather be comfortable with it and, you know, get back into something that I am comfortable with than run into a new route and immediately have to deal with shit. Ironically, I'm actually set up for credit skip right now. I have 0 lives. I'm set up for like true credit skip right now, which is basically... I'm not going to explain it. I'll try it once if I have the... I have 2 attempts at it. If I don't get hit by anything else in this level and I don't mess up. I will attempt credit skip, but I am incredibly... I've never gotten it. It is a hard trick to do. I've never gotten the proxy that I need for it, let alone actually setting up for it properly. But I'll attempt it. So the way that credit skip works, and I'll start explaining this now because it's going to need this much time to really explain it, and this part of the game fortunately doesn't require a ton of brain power. So credit skip is effectively when you flame Nasty Nork, you lose control of Spyro. A cutscene starts where Spyro says you're toast Nork, and then the game fades to black. Nasty Nork falls over, and you go into credits. However, the moment that Nasty Nork is hit with that flame is the trigger that you have beaten Nasty Nork and you've beaten the game effectively. So we only need that trigger to be, we only need that flag to be set. We don't need to actually see the cutscene or go through credits in order to actually get Nasty, or in order to like continue on and or get into Nasty's loot. So instead, what you need to do, but because we lose control of Spyro as soon as we hit Nasty, damn it, I fucked up. I could have gotten a 1 cycle there. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. Because we lose control of the camera, or because we lose control of Spyro as soon as we hit Nasty, we have to come up with a way to hit Nasty and set ourselves up to die, basically. And so the way that we figured out to do that is by sending ourselves sky high into the air outside of the playable game area and then flaming Nasty from under the playable area while simultaneously setting up Spyro to fall into the lava. That's in this area over here, by gliding back into the game area. And so it is an incredibly hard trick. I know the setup for it. I'm bad at it. I can't do it. I quote know the setup for it. I understand how the trick works. So we're gonna set ourselves up over here for a damage proxy. Nasty's gonna hit us. We're gonna walk forward and try to do that, but going upwards. Yeah, I can't get it. So basically now I've lost control of Spyro and I have like 5 minutes to kill, but instead of doing that, I'm gonna do I'm gonna just reset. Because it doesn't really matter that much. And open the disk tray so I can turn on fast disk speed. But yeah, so the way that credit skip works is that's basically how credit skip works. You want to get a proxy that sends you up into the air and there's no collision on the top of the level, so you can just go through. and then fly down and around. You want to fly down and then around underneath the platform where Nasty's standing and flame him through the platform. It's a very hard setup, and I understand like the inputs you need to do for it, and I know how to do it relatively well if I can get to that point, but I've never gotten the proxy properly, which is the problem. So, it is what it is. We just got to deal with that. Anyway, so now that I've done that, I actually think I'm going to take a small break, and then we'll come back with another little run through of everything that I've just done. All of Dreamweaver's and then Nasty's. Up to Nasty Nork. I'm not doing loot, because I need to practice loot, but I have no way of practicing loot well on console. Unless I, like, make a save immediately after I beat Nasty. But that would be, like, in the middle of a run, and I wouldn't want to do that. Maybe someday. But let's take a little break. Hope you guys are having a good time. Hope you guys are having a good night. I look really oily here. Which is weird. I guess my skin's more dry than oily. That's weird. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much. We're going to vibe for a little bit. You guys, make sure you grab some water. Stop looking at the computer screen. Grab yourself something to drink, something to eat. Something to snack on. Get up and stretch. Alright? We'll be back in a bit.
Trying to link cause I'm white, so slide up to me saying, these people, am I right? But don't whisper in my ear like the yin yangs. We're on the same page the way we see things, and I won't let it hang. Ain't no life in the blow, just a whip and a steam. To remind you what I mean, if you don't listen when I sing. So next time you violate a human, try to have a date, better pray the two mellows, not one arm sink away. Pull up rockin', smack a racist in the face. Jet out and leave him screaming in the place. Pull up rockin', smack a racist in the face. Jet out and leave him screaming in the place. Pull up rockin', smack a racist in the face. Jet out and leave him screaming in the place. Pull up rockin', smack a racist in the face. Jet out and leave him screaming in the place. Now I don't know who you become, but I can tell who you are. I'll smack you into the bird shit. I didn't clean up my car. Your family and friends tried everything short of smacking you. If they're cheering and back you, then they can get a smacking too. You're old enough to go mask off, you're bad enough to get smacked on. You're old enough to know better than, but you're cold enough to keep on going. You'll levitate from my left hand, get resuscitated from my right, and with all hopes you'll be thinking about what you did late that night. I'm known as Count Smackula, Smackavelli, Smack 10. After they gave me those names, I smacked them, I smacked them. I mastered the smack jutsu, ate the smack fruit too. I can reach into a screen and smack you through YouTube. I come straight from the heart, you come straight from hate. And if you're threatening someone, I ain't gonna sit around and wait. I just smacked two cops, I'm waiting to see what the case is, because my hands automatically smack people who are racist. I've been smacking all over downtown. Now they wanna find me. I've been smacking all over downtown. Now they wanna find me. Yeah, less smaction hero. Welcome to the Smack Parade. My favorite cereal is Honey Smacks. Imagine the Honey Smacks frog with one hand behind his back, the other hand smacking like 7 people at once. That's me. I walk around town with all their faces still stuck in my hands, smacking my Ariadne. Better pray you don't meet me. If you're fooling up, you know I'll be pulling up. Man, somebody bring me an ice bucket. Better be that good ice too. This shit's hurting. You can't move me, move me, move me, move me, baby. You can't move me, move me. Can't move me, baby. It's my world. You can't move I'll solve it. Speed it up, take it down, no solid objects. Picture it revolving, evolve rubbish. Remember the last time a song make you feel like this? Rapper crew never stray from the goal of music. Whack crew, betray for a creep do shit. I just wanna crawl out of my shell and hit truth. Build on the foundation of a lonely youth. Capital can move me like it moved me. Self-care costs money, it's funny. You can't take shit from me, I'm too strong now. But way to change shit on me, career long now. If you want it, just ask for it. Way too empty in my passport, I'm about to feel that shit. Return to the soul, don't forget I'm still that shit. And if you're working on the goal, I'll help you kill that shit. Mellow down with the do you, no way. Like what we do then.
Okay, we are back. How y'all doing? Everybody rested up? Got a little bit of something to chill with? You took a moment to stop looking at computer screens and go grab something to eat or snack on? I got one of these. It's a, I don't know, what's the brand here? So it's from Public Displays of Confection, which is a website for a company based out of Georgia that manufactures sour candies, and they got this tangerine kind, and my friend was telling me about it, and I was like, you know what, I wouldn't mind trying that. And sure enough, he sent me some for the holidays. So, and they got here, I don't know, probably about a week ago-ish, something like that. So I got them now, and I'll be eating them. They are coated in citric acid powder, so you don't want to breathe in when you have these in your mouth for a couple seconds. But I'm gonna pop this in, and we're gonna get started on the run. I might be a little bit quieter, just so I can focus a little bit more on the run, but you guys are more than welcome to ask questions about anything that's going on or talk about whatever. I'm here to vibe, and unfortunately part of vibing today is being serious for a minute.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Good news is that citric acid is vitamin C, so you're boosting your immune system. That is a fact. You are correct. So, for anybody who's wondering, I'm not actually starting a run here. Anybody who's just coming in. I'm not starting a run, I'm just practicing the last few questions. Yeah, you have a question? What's up? What's your favorite form of potato? Ooh, good question. So I've had my fair share of bad French fries. So I can't say, especially waffle fries. I don't know. Fries are good, but like there's also a lot of very meh fries. So if we're talking like, obviously we're not talking like objectively best here, but like in my brain, I hear French fries and it's a very neutral response. Potato chips are generally a more positive response. Let me see. What else? What other forms of potatoes we got? We got mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes are pretty good, but they're not really my favorite. You got baked potatoes. You got, does potato bread count? I feel like there's too many other additives for that to be just like a form of potato. Also, it's fine if I missed that. I'd say probably chips. Potato chips. But I'm not... You know what? I can't really say for sure. Potato chips is probably safe. Nope, missed it. That's fine. The good news is the backup for this is pretty much... It's not a time save. I think it's like a time loss of maybe like 5 seconds. It's not really that big. Unless you're me and just did whatever the fuck I just did there, which was the world's worst movement. I can't even read that. Is that French? Potato... I'm not even gonna try to read that. Why the fuck do I keep doing that? I know that's not gonna work. I'm just like, yes, you can definitely definitely like charge that. Yo, Baylor, how you doing, man? We're here vibing. Hope you're having a good week, good night. We're vibing. I'm just doing some practice on some late game strats because I really need to work on my late game strats for this game. I have no idea what that is though, Lazy D. I'm entirely like unsure of what that is. That's another thing I need to work on. I have a very set rhythm. Oh! Lizzie D, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have had that. I agree. That is actually my favorite form of potato. I just don't remember the name ever because nobody in my house says the proper name of it. No, I understand exactly what you're talking about. We never call it by that name because we are a very simple household. So I'll admit going down to green sparks here is probably a little bit risky, but at least I didn't forget the banded chest this time, although I almost did. Surefire way to make me lose like 45 seconds in a run is do that. I also need to figure out speedrun timers if I'm going to be doing this. I suppose I don't really need to, but like, I can't technically use live split on Linux, or it's a different version of live split, I suppose, and it doesn't really work as well or exactly as I would like it to work. So I'm gonna have to do some finagling probably to figure out exactly how I want to do live split on Linux or some other timer through Linux. Oh yeah, it's incredibly unhealthy, but it's very good. Why don't I just ignore them? I'm like, nope, I gotta go grab them. I also don't have sparks, so this kind of sucks. This is where flame charges come in handy. Or just charging things like a normal person. Because in this area, if you stay around too long, you're gonna get hit. Fortunately, there's a bunch of fodder down here. Unfortunately, Sparks was having fun grabbing butterflies. Also, fun fact, there's a gem can fall off of the side of the cliff there, and if it falls off the side of the cliff, I think that's one of the few gems in the game where it just sits on the death plane and doesn't automatically go into your inventory. So you're just kind of screwed in that sense. Again, I missed the wizard. Whoa. Also, why this game is superior. This game is superior over Spyro 2 and 3 because Sparks doesn't pick up butterflies if he's already at max health. And I realized that that's because they introduced, instead of having the Spyro statues, they introduced special butterflies in Spyro 2 and 3. And so Sparks just always picks up any butterfly, but also it makes this game's butterfly management so much easier. I feel okay about that. It still felt a little bit slow to me compared to what I used to be able to do, but I'll take it. Did I grab the gems over here? Yes. I will check myself on that. Just grab it now. So normally the strat there is you flame the Jester and then run around to the dragon. Because the Jester timer gets paused whenever you rescue the dragons. And then you turn around and immediately jump on top of the pedestal. I also don't know if you can make a glide from there without going all the way around like this. Although it's probably quicker to death abuse, honestly. Maybe I should death abuse that. Food for thought. I realize I'm probably not making a ton of sense. But the general strat for that Jester is you flame the Jester, grab the dragon, immediately turn around and jump on top of the platform, and you should barely have enough time to be able to grab the gem and then jump off before the platform gets way up in the air again. Interesting. Normally you don't bonk on those, but I guess he would still have the heavy creature stats. Properties? Properties is probably a better word. But yeah, I really like the sour candies that my friend got me. So shout out to that company, they do good work. I'll give y'all the exact name of the company again if after stream, or after I get done with this, if you remind me. And as Lazy D pointed out, they are filled with vitamin C, as in vitamin CD's nuts. I was worried I was gonna get smacked for that. I'm gonna grab this dude, even though technically I don't have to. That's always a scary move right there. I forgot how weird that feels, because it really does feel like a blind leap of faith. If you mess it up, then you just fall into the lava down there. You got him! I don't know how to grab those two at the same time. Also, because I had yellow sparks, I should have just charged that chest instead of flaming it, but... C'est la vie. Welcome to speedrunning. You don't always do the optimal thing, and if you do, you're probably got world record. Or you're in a lot of pain because you keep missing a trick. Those turtles, man. The turtles are so awful. So I'm gonna charge this. There we go. Grab this dragon, and then we got the little section up here. Actually, let me show you guys something funny. So in the US version of this game, and I believe in the NTSC and the PAL versions of this game, or the NTSC U and the PAL versions of this game, this spot right here, it doesn't kill you. It just doesn't outright. Like they like forgot it somehow, but also that part is there in the Japanese version. Also, I missed a gem up there, and I don't know if I can supercharge, or I don't know if I can jump back up there. Nope. We're gonna die and just use the dragon to get back up. Whack. But yeah, the turtles, these turtles are some of the worst enemies in the game, genuinely. As much as I, like, don't like to rag on enemies and be like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. These dudes suck really bad. Because they basically, like, it is, unless you make a beeline directly for them, they will probably hit you. They have some of the tightest timings between when their animation starts playing and when they actually shoot you. And the projectiles knock you off in a direction, and so it's not like you just had a moment of, like... Also, the dog's just, like, bugging out under me. It's not... You barely have a moment to deal with them, is effectively what I'm saying. Like, you genuinely have to, like, struggle to hit them, right? I tried to do something cool. Okay, let me try to do the cool thing. There we go. Double fan chest, or not fan chest, spring chest. Double spring chest is just a neat little strat. But yeah, because of the lag there, sometimes you miss the, because of the lag there, sometimes you miss that rocket, and if you miss that rocket, you basically have to die before you hit this dragon, or otherwise run all the way back around the entire level to get back up to that point. That was a little bit close, but it's fine. Also, no, in case anybody's wondering, you cannot kill the jesters. They don't drop any gems because you literally can't kill them. Sick. That was relatively painless. Not my best Dark Passage by any means, but we'll take it. Also, in case anybody's wondering and you didn't catch it before, the reason that all these dudes keep transforming is because there's some dude on a cannon in the middle who keeps shooting them all to make them big and then small again. This is Dreamweaver's world after all, so there's a bunch of, like, crazy shit going on constantly. It's meant to be kind of surrealist. Speedrunning is not for me. I struggle to speed put on my socks. Mood. Big mood. That's something I realized as far as exercise goes. I have a hard time with a lot of, like, high impact exercises. They really mess me up usually. And so I've learned that I really just want to a lot of the time I'll stick to, like, yoga or doing, like, light walks for longer distances, even in the middle of summer. Double. That was a little bit close to flopping. So there is an earlier strat that you can get with that. You can actually, if you're really careful, you can actually charge into that last jester and then just basically flop off him. When you let go at the right time, you get a proxy off him. And when you get that proxy off him, it actually launches you high enough to be able to land on that platform without hitting either of the jesters, other than technically hitting the one that you're using to proxy. So that is another strat you can do there, but I don't do that. I believe it's called... Oh man, what's the strat called? I think I'm getting it confused with something else, but it might be called the Laura flop. Although I feel like I'm getting that confused with something else, because Lumi Laura is a pretty prominent member of the Spyro 1 speedrun community, and she's come up with a lot of the strats that... Or a lot of the, like, little nuanced flop strats that people use for runs, especially for any percent. She's mostly an 80% runner. She's currently trying to beat Deo's world record. She's getting there. Not there yet, but she's getting there. She's doing good. Who else can I give a shout out to? Ah, Nova Spell, the current, or might not be current world record holder, but at some point, at least, she was the world record holder for Vortex, which is a sort of gimmicky run, where the strat is basically you input the level select code, and then you have to make it out of the end of every level, or every, like, vortex at the end of every world. Which, of course, doesn't include doing any of the flight levels, but there's a lot of really interesting strats in that category that you wouldn't see otherwise. Who else do we got? We got Anchovy, who's also, I believe, either a Vortex runner. Actually, Anchovy might be... I think Anchovy's any percent. Sorry. Anchovy might be any percent. There's plenty of members of the community, man. There's so many cool people in the Spyro speedrun community. If you guys are interested, 100% just go over on to Twitch at some point during, like, the day. Really, people are on it, like, any time of day, and just, look for Spyro the Dragon. Look for people playing Spyro the Dragon. That's a good way to, like, just get into the community and see what they're like. That sucks really bad. But they're all very chill people. Or if you really want to get involved in the community and you want to learn about the game, I recommend joining the Spyro Speedrun Discord, which you'll be able to access if you go over to speedrun.com. I'm sure you can find a link over there somewhere. I'm not actively involved in the speedrun community myself, although I do hang out in a lot of their streams. Just because they're good vibes, man. That's all I'm about. That's all I'm ever about. It's good vibes. And once again, you don't have to release any of the fairies here, assuming that the game cooperates. But yeah. That was something I was talking about earlier. Speedrunning is just hard, man. It's hard. So I tried to bait an early arrow from this dude, and it didn't work, so we're just going to have to go with this. There we go. And I'll take another... Oh, I thought I had more health than that. That's fine. I need to practice this trick anyway. Early arrow? Damn it. Wow, that's still dealt too. Okay. If you're quick enough, you can use the iframes from Spyro, or from the arrow hit to actually avoid taking damage when you charge into the flame chest, or the fireworks chest. But apparently I'm not very good at that, so... Maybe I'll just flame it and collect everything and then run around and collect the rest of the gems from the fireworks chest afterwards. Maybe I'll do some other crazy strat. Who the fuck knows? Also, these dudes look mostly harmless, but they will hit you with their shield if you get too close. And I'm going to stick with what I was doing earlier as a strat, despite the fact that it's kind of garbage and not very efficient. Because it's what I'm comfortable with. And that's the big thing about this game. Like, you really just need to be comfortable with what you're doing. Because if you're not comfortable with what you're doing in this category, oh man, you're going to have a bad time. Especially in these levels. End of the game is very tight. As far as gameplay goes. I'm going to grab that just in case something goes horribly wrong. Although normally you really wouldn't. Because you would have faith in yourself that nothing would go horribly wrong. But, you know. First runs in practice back in a bit. Oh, that sucks. So, you know, now I have to go all the way back around up here. Anytime you fuck this up... I also missed a red gem up there, so it's probably kind of good that I went back up there. Hold up, let me see if I can do this. I want to see if I can do this trick. This is a bit of a weird trick, but it's fun. There we go. It's fun. So, in case you guys haven't been able to tell, the way that Spyro's flame works is that it actually tracks where his face is. It's like a part of his animation. Like, the animation is stuck onto him, so that means you can move your flame in directions that don't really make any sense physically, because it's just an extension of his model. So if you can move Spyro's head in certain ways, you can do some really bizarre stuff, like what I just did there by, like, knocking a flame 200 feet into the air. Oh my god. Okay, maybe I don't need those fairies. That was good. That was good. That's basically what you want to do. I would just stop after that, pretty much, because I don't trust myself. So let's do that again. That's good practice. I didn't even want to practice this tonight, but we're doing it, I guess. Fucking perfect. That gets me where I need to go without hitting the fairies. Is it slower? Sure. Could I save some time by leaving the fan chests there so I can supercharge them? Yeah, I might actually do that. Okay, maybe I will try Deo's route for this. Or at least part of it. I'm probably not going to do the full, like, running around the inside of that area and using that supercharge to get everything in the area super quick, because that's horrible and hard. That sucks. There's no dragon over here. That was a weirdly long fall animation. I remember seeing you do this yesterday. It's not easy. This is a hard trick. Yeah, I already fucked it up. Just for practice's sake, I'm gonna do it a couple more times. Also using the 99 lives cheat. Also, apparently the sound isn't loading because fast disk speed sometimes messes that up. How did I flop that? I must have let go of the button or something. That's bizarre. That's actually... No, wait, I know what that glitch was. That was a weird sound glitch that actually... You can cause the sound in the game to speed up if you do that glitch, if you, like, repeatedly do frame-perfect pauses. It's kind of funny. It's really rare, too. I don't ever remember... I've barely ever seen it. Yep, that's good. Around here. Up onto here. And then you're supposed to, like, supercharge basically all the way around that. But yeah, that's not an easy thing to do. Even the first part of it is not easy to do. I'm kind of surprised that I got it. Because it wasn't something I was initially going to aim for, but hey, if it works, I suppose. But yeah, being confident with your movement here is so important, because as soon as you like have a moment of doubt in this level, the level will throw you. It will throw you for a loop like a goddamn bucking stallion. This is just a mean level. I should have stayed up there. It would have saved me some time, even if the ferry... I still had to wait for the ferry. So now we just go back down here, back up here. And I thought that I had enough of a berth there to grab the flame. Or to flame both of them, but apparently not. Also, getting these chests is kind of difficult, and I've occasionally missed them. I've also missed an entire 100 gems in this level before, because I managed to get exactly 300 gems in this level somehow while coming down here, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely the right number of gems for this level. No, it's not. It's 400. You would think I would know this after playing the game for so long, but honestly, I'm just hitting buttons. Very rarely am I actually doing anything, like, thought-provoking with this game. I'm hitting buttons, man. I'm glad I didn't flame that, because I didn't want to. It's faster to actually just take some damage there, and knock open the chest with the charge. Yeah, I'm still going. Hey, we're here. You doing okay, dude? We're going to be finishing up this and Nasties, and then I think I'm going to finish up for the night. Because unfortunately, I've got work in the morning. 1999, we got a party, man. Alright, let's not forget the two chests over here first. Grab this, grab these. I thought I flame charged her, but apparently not. This game really does kind of feel like somebody tried to make a Saturday morning cartoon into a game, huh? That's how I've always felt about it. But, like, every time I look at it, that just sort of, I'm just sort of, like, getting a confirmation of that, you know? Okay, we'll try single cake one more time because I'm stubborn. Okay. We'll try single cake one more time because I'm stubborn. I'd really like to figure out why my eye has been twitching so much the past few days. It's very bizarre and I'm kind of annoyed by it. Nope. Never lucky on single cake. It's not that hard. Well, it is hard, but it's not, like... It almost looks harder than it is. I say almost because that last jump is extremely difficult. But the first part's not that bad. If you understand how the game likes to throw you. If you understand the game's physics, the first part of single cake is pretty easy. Actually. Like that. I'm just bad at it. Doing well, candy from a childhood is back in production. Oh, what candy? Urgh. I know that feels, sometimes it's due to screen time, probably bright screen time. I would not doubt that, considering my job makes me look at a computer screen for a number of hours a day, and then I also just do that as a hobby. I've definitely dealt with eye strain before due to electronics. I don't remember what the actual term is, but it sucks really bad. I definitely need to be spending some more time away from electronics, but unfortunately, due to my job, I'm not really going to be able to do that until Saturday at the earliest. Cream Savers. Oh, I remember them. That's exciting, actually. I love Cream Savers. So that's what you're supposed to do, except faster than I did it, because I kind of messed up the movement there. Dude, I might pick up some Cream Savers. Shit. That's exciting. Why did I get those beforehand? I don't even remember getting those beforehand. This just goes to show, like, how awful I am at keeping track of consistent routes for this game, because my brain just goes all over the place. Especially if I'm trying to stream and run at the same time. Like, holy crap. Also, you would not believe the amount of inputs I'm doing just to hit all of those, just to hit those monsters while also managing to stick on the platforms. Because otherwise I would fall. There's like 4 inputs per each one of those. Very cool, Walker. Feeling slightly better. Got my COVID test today. Hoping the results clear some stuff up for me. Hopefully. Here's hoping, man. I know you've not been feeling great the past few days, and I hope you feel better soon, regardless. Also, if I'm missing a couple gems, I know exactly where they are. It's that dude who was back on the pedestals that I missed. Perfect. Not perfect. Don't get that. Miss me with that shit. I know it sounds weird. Don't pick up the extra life, but, like, I don't want it. Because I can set up for credit skip again, and attempt credit skip, and then probably fail it again. And also, I fucked up already. So we might be just dying. If that was a game over, that would have been funny, but no, we got the 99 lives cheat. I'm gonna keep trying this wall glide. Although I'm gonna come at it from the angle that I would normally come at it from, which is I come out of here. So, like, come through here. There we go. Very consistent wall glide from that angle only. Cannot manage that angle from any other spot. Perfect. 500. So other than that, that was good. Other than the end, that was pretty decent. I feel pretty comfortable with that. That's good. I need to practice mid-game, I think, next. Not that I don't need to practice end-game anytime, but... you know. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Credit skip a stream. Stream starts, you say half a sentence, and then the stream ends. That's like... I love... There's a... Every once in a while, I'll find a video that'll do something like they'll have somebody say something, like they'll say like a single sentence, and then you'll hear the trumpets from the beginning of the Star Wars overture start playing, and credits will scroll by really fast, and the trumpets will be like overdriven to all hell, and that is honestly one of my favorite stupid things people can do. But obviously that also depends on like execution. Because that's the thing. Pretty much even especially YouTube poop stuff. Everybody talks about like, oh, YouTube poop stuff was funny. Yes, it is funny, but only in certain contexts. You need that proper setup for it. It doesn't have to like, sure, anybody can make YouTube poop. It's gonna be YouTube poop regardless. But I think that it's really neat when you have it set up in such a way that it's actually still funny and not just random humor. That's what you do, baby. Let's go. Look at that fucking clean movement there. Even though I'm slow as shit everywhere else. That's fine. One step at a time. Drawn a any percent win. I mean, like, if you want an 8% stream, then we can just, like, start a stream and end it, like, immediately after this if y'all want. I'm much more consistent with that than I was last night. Holy crap. Last night, I was having a time. I was giving the game words. Life any percent live on stream. Well, I'm telling you what, obviously I can't do a subathon on stream, but I would love to do a longer stream at some point. You know, like, a few days, where I just leave the stream live. Assuming that that's feasible for me. I've still got to crunch some numbers and wait for some paid time off to build up. But I would love to do that one day. Just take like a 5-day or hell, maybe even just take a whole week off. We're on point today. God damn, it's almost like practice makes you better. I'm excited. I'm actually getting all of the tricks I used to get, even though my movement's still kind of garbage. We're getting there. But yeah, I would 100% be down to do like a longer stream of some kind. Hell, if we could probably still set up, it wouldn't be a subathon obviously, but it'd be some sort of like donation-based extensible stream. A Dralna's dollhouse, absolutely not. I don't have enough friends that would want to do that. What I could do, and this is something I've considered before, is setting up a live stream and having friends come over during the middle of the stream to either play their own games or do whatever, so that way I'm not the only one sitting here by myself the entire time talking. But I also realize that a lot of my friends don't like webcam, which is understandable. They don't like being live on stream. They don't like their face being on the internet. So I've got to kind of like balance that out. But you know what? If you guys want to see like Luke and Richard and all them over here, I'd be 100% down. That's a shame. I would be 100% down to have them come over and us just like vibe, you know? Like, I've got one friend 5 minutes from here, one friend 15 minutes from here, another friend about 20 minutes from here, and I could theoretically get a couple more people to come on, but I doubt that I would really want to go that far, honestly. God damn it. About to say, one of these better blow up that stupid crate. But I would love to have my friends come over. Long story short, one of my dreams recently has been... So there's a bunch of other streamers, mostly casual streamers, who I've been talking about. We've been like, you know what, maybe someday we just get a big house together. Maybe we just live in a giant community. Or a larger house and just we all have our own rooms and get to hang and do whatever. And I was like, I would be very happy to have like a giant multi-stream like setup. I hope that I got all 400. I'm missing a single gem. That kind of hurts. I don't even know where it is. Okay, back in. But I would absolutely love to have like a giant, like a house with like several other streamers, and then just like one day we take like, I don't know, 5 days or so, and just everybody streams, and we've got people, like I'll just route like webcams and all the tech stuff, all the, like, everything else. I would love to do that. Like, just being able to route everything. You got, like, 3 capture cards going. We got a bunch of different streams going in every room. We got somebody speedrunning in one room. Maybe we have some guests over. Do, like, basically podcast-style stuff. Whatever. That would be awesome. I would like that. I would like that a lot. I would love to be the person who could, like, do all the routing and the tech for that and set everything up. and then just, like, basically host that. It'd be fun. At least I think it'd be fun. I don't know what y'all think, and I don't really give a shit what y'all think. I don't know. I don't have super high aspirations in life, guys. I want to live in a place where I can sit and, like, invite my friends over, and they can feel comfortable taking a few days to just relax. And, you know, I don't have to worry about, you know, a stupid amount of, god damn, he loves sniping me with those. And then, you know, being able to invite my friends over and have them hang for a couple days and just, you know, live with people I give a shit about, people I care about, you know, that's all I'm asking. That's all I ever ask for. Hell, if my current paycheck, or if my current salary kept up with inflation for the next 30 years, and it was still the same job those 30 years, I wouldn't be particularly happy with my job, but, like, I wouldn't hate anything else that has been done either. Like, I wouldn't hate it at all. Like, I'm a very simple guy. Like, I don't even know if I want kids. You know? So I think it'd be good to just have a house where it could be me and my friends and other people I care about, and just, we get to chill. You know? I say I'm a very simple guy and I don't need much. At the same time, you're looking at me with a... Oh, Jesus, I don't want to think about how much my stream setup costs right now. But, like, the point being, like, I'd need, like, a streaming setup. Okay, that's the thing I would like. A decent streaming setup so I can play some video games and stream and just all my little tech stuff. That would have sucked if I had fallen there. And then, you know, just, that's it. I don't need much. Hell, I'm still using the same graphics card on this computer from 6 years ago now. And that's fine for me. I don't have a single goddamn problem with it. Did it? How? How did that miss? Watch this game over. Watch this game over. I didn't check. Okay, no. If you need a tech person, I've got credentials. Well, that's the thing. I can usually fix that sort of thing myself. I enjoy tech stuff. I love getting into the weeds of, like, random tech shit. That's, like, my thing. Especially, like, I'm not an electrical engineer by any means, but, like, hardware, like, when it comes to especially extreme hardware and stuff, like, that's my thing. I love that. There's a reason why I keep getting weird-ass stream equipment that, like, nobody else really needs except for me in, like, very niche use cases. Like, nobody needs a $900 capture card, yet I have one. Although, admittedly, that's not... I didn't pay 900 bucks for it by any means. I paid less than half of that, and same thing with the retro tank. Like, I paid, like, what, 100-something bucks for that, and that's basically retail. Because I got it direct from manufacturer. And when I say direct from manufacturer, I mean, like, the dude who makes them and sells them. It's a boutique product. They're not selling them as, like, things in stores. It's not really a retail product. Dude, the buffered inputs because I'm panicking. That's what's throwing me off. Okay. But, like, I'd argue I'm a pretty tech-savvy person. I like tech. I like occasionally playing music. I have a gigantic Marshall amplifier that you guys have seen before if you were over on my Twitch stream. That my dad got me, and I love it to bits. But, like, you know, I've got all sorts of, like, little stuff here that I'm just like, I'm happy with this, you know? The things that matter to me are, like, people, relationships, friends. The stuff, I can get away with whatever. Hell, if I couldn't ever stream again, but I got to hang out with all my friends for the rest of my life instead, I'd be good. That's just what it is, you know? That looks way easier than it actually is to do, by the way. It's not a hard trick, but it definitely takes a little bit of practice to get right. That trick with the thief, The, like, quick thief kill. So basically, you're tricking him into thinking that you're coming from the other way. Like, that's how that works. You basically trick him into thinking that you're coming from behind him by going around to the right side like that. But then you've immediately got to curve around and hit him, like, as soon as possible. Because if you fuck up, you are in a bad spot. Also, we're not getting 1 cycle now. So, that's fine. 1 cycle for Nasty is very hard. So we're just not going to worry about it, and Nasty can sit there and taunt at us for as long as he wants. We're going to grab all these gems on the way over there. And if we're lucky, we might get the stupid shot, because there is a weird way that you can actually still get 1 cycle even if you're way behind him. Nope. Never lucky. I call it lucky. I fucked up pretty early on that. The execution there was bad. I tried to grab both of the metal chests. But instead I only got the middle one, which is explicitly worse, and then I also flubbed the spring chest grab, so mostly my fault. So the goal is, to get Sparks close enough there, or get Spyro close enough there to Nasty when he gets flamed that Sparks just grabs the extra gem. So you want to talk about some scary jumps? Try doing this. A good way to get fast at this game is to just see what things you can do by charging and then hitting jump in the middle instead of doing a full hop. Alright, we're going to try credit skip. Nope, I fucked up. I walked too early. And Nasty went for the bonk. Nope. Way too late on that. It's fine. So that's it. And that felt relatively quick, actually. That felt a lot quicker than going through the first time. That was, what, like maybe 40 minutes? If that. For 2 homeworlds. And then I'd need like another, call it 7 minutes between the credits sequence and then loot. I felt pretty good.
What will you do next?
I'll start my own stream and build my own house with blackjack and hookers. There you go. You hear that, guys? Our stream house is gonna have blackjack and hookers. That's what we needed, right? Exactly what we needed. I always feel bad for people with really, like, generic names in these sorts of credit sequences, because you have to realize that, you know how many people there are named Dan Johnson in the world? Think about that, think about that. There's people who've, like, never been on a credits roll in their life who are named Dan Johnson, and I'm sure that there's some dude out there who is, like, on this, like, whoever Dan Johnson is for this credits roll, like, I can guarantee you that that guy, like, barely ever gets talked about with regards to this game. Like, most of these people never get talked about with regards to this game. You'll see, like, Stuart Copeland and I think occasionally Mark Cerny, but even he's, like, Universal, which is just the publisher. Well, was the publisher, as was Sony. But anyway, so with that, guys, it's about 8:15. I need to get ready for tomorrow. I need to do a lot of things, honestly. But getting ready for tomorrow is the big thing, I suppose, because that's tomorrow. Last day at work for the week, and then I'll be working from home Friday. Friday night, if you guys catch this at the end of this stream. So Friday night, Luke is going to be over, and Luke and I are going to be playing some Super Paper Mario on a Wii with the new retro tank. And I'm very excited for that. Luke and I haven't done a stream in a while. Obviously, it'll be no webcam on stream. I'm going to have to set up another set of scenes for that, I suppose. But yeah, Luke will be over, and we'll be playing some Super Paper Mario. And then Sunday, we'll be back with some more Devil May Cry. We're playing through Devil May Cry 3. And I am currently playing through... I think we're at like level 7 or 8. Fun game. Fun game. I'm excited to get back to all that. I'm excited to have a weekend where I'm mostly just chilling by myself. Saturday I have mostly off, and Sunday I don't have anything to do except for stream. So I'm excited, looking forward to that. Hopefully get some rest in this weekend. You guys should all do the same. I realize we're nearing the end of the work week, but you guys take care of yourselves. Be safe. Have a good week. I will see you in 2 days, and, you know, be safe. Take care of yourselves. Make sure you're getting stuff to drink, something to eat. And if you guys are interested in joining the Discord server to make sure you get notified of when I go live, feel free to join that. Check the link tree in the description. Same thing with the... Same thing with my Twitter, if you want to follow my Twitter. On my Twitter, it's less me putting notifications up when I go live and more just me goofing off and sending random crap and thoughts on Twitter. But hey, if you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. And with that, I'm going to call it here. You guys have a good night.